All right, so we are live. Hi,
Perfect. Great.
great to be here, and we have our esteemed guest for today, Pascal from Fun Forms. Hey, Pascal, thanks
Yes.
for
Hello.
joining
Hi,
in.
Vikas.
Thanks for your
Yeah.
time.
Thanks for invite. Yeah. Thanks for inviting.
No problem. So, I am. We are happy to have you. You have been a, a dear of a customer to work with. I should rather say partner, and you have been very patient with us initially. So thanks for that.
Yeah. Sure. Sure. You have a great product. Yeah. I like InstaVP. It helps us to achieve the faster scaling, and yeah, it's great. So we will talk about it there.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So, just waiting for people to join in, to people to tune in. Hey, Ricardo. Um, so from Facebook, I don't really see their name. Pascal, can you also see comments?
Yes, I see the comments here from Ricardo and a Facebook user. Yes.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, Facebook user. Hello from France. So let's get started with that. Why don't we, Pascal? Pascal, can you give a little bit of brief introduction about personally where are you from, who you are, and where you come from? What is your background?
Sure. Yes. Good. Let's start with it. Yeah, my name is Pascal. I'm usually from born in Germany, usually from Germany, living in the United Arab Emirates. I moved here about 2 years ago. Yeah, from I like the weather, beach days. So it's very. It's Germany. You have always some rainy days, and so that was the main reason to move here. And it's a great for a company setup. And yeah, I founded my own software company in 2019. We launched a WordPress plugin for making multi-step forms. So great for lead gen to generate new leads for generate new employees. Yeah, so yeah, that's the main things, I guess.
Okay. Thanks for sharing that. Somebody also, Ronald Baker said Guten Tag. I think that's in
Yeah,
German.
it's a German. Yeah, it's Guten Tag. Yeah, hi Ronald.
And hello from Nigeria. We have a lot of people joining in from all
Brazil.
over the world.
Great.
Mario, hey Mario, hey Ronald, hey Lincoln. So before we go forward, Pascal, I would definitely love to hear more about means how did you start? You said you started a WordPress company. So did you
Yes.
always start with funnel forms, or did you have like something else before?
Yeah, great question. Yeah, I've run an agency, classic web agency before. I have a technical background. I worked in Germany for a translation office and learned there, the basic IT knowledge, so and some like web development a little bit. And after that, it was I guess 2016. I decided to go the self-employed way and founded a web agency. We sold web design and online shops, a little bit marketing in the early stages, and so that was the beginning. So I gained very big knowledge this times, and that helped me also to found then the WordPress plugin. It was 2019, I guess, and a few more years needed to then switch to full software as a service. Yeah.
Okay. And the reason why you switched as a SaaS company?
Um, I like the I like the product. I always wanted to do something in this area in this branch, and I like to having retainer product, so retail income, so it doesn't need to go every time on acquisition from new clients. So it's a little bit tricky or hard as a web agency. At the years to come, it was very hard to get new clients, and I wanted to make new experiences, so that was the decision to make it.
So I guess means what I'm hearing is that means an agency business is, although I think relatively easier to start, but difficult to
It's
retain
great
customers,
to
right?
see. Yes, yes. It's very easy to start. So you gain a few clients and you have a good income. But yeah, to scale it, yeah, you always need some big numbers of employees to scale it very good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everything you do, you needs to be the work needs to be done. Yeah, and as a SaaS, you have another options to scale, and maybe you don't need so much resources, and
Okay. Okay.
that's what I liking about. Yeah, that's what I liked about.
But as a SaaS, you do need like more technical know-how, right, to
Sure.
start.
Yeah.
First of all, a product, what you need as a product, and second,
Mhm.
what means how to actually build that product. So my
Yeah.
question first of all, would be how did you actually decide on building a lead gen form? Where I guess in that time also there were like plenty of forms for lead gen, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So how
Yes.
did you come into that idea?
It was initially from my running web agency. So I was on the search for a very good looking, good designed, and good performing form solution for WordPress. So at this time there was much form solutions like Gravity Forms or VP Forms, but
Mm-hmm.
nothing from this one was a very smooth layout that you can make it as a multi-step form to build a great process to the user.
Mm-hmm.
So ask
Mm-hmm.
question about question. What do you need? Maybe web design, SEO. How many sub pages do you want? And to connect this also with conditional logic, uh, there was no solution for that. So at the first, that was the first idea,
Mm-hmm.
and after long research, I found nothing. So I decided to make it on my own.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess that's how generally great companies start, right?
yeah,
You figure out a problem and then you actually go ahead and do it. So
yes, right, yes.
nice, nice. So did you like initially did you hire an internal team or did you work with freelancers and offloaded some of your work?
Mhm. At the first month or years, I hired some freelancers to do the work.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have some friends. They are developing software, so they know the deeper dive than I do. Yeah, in coding and designing. So I have a very good overview about all processes in the company, but I
Mm-hmm.
am not developing on my own. So yeah, I hired freelancers, and now we have a great team.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a process to get there.
Right. Yeah, I bet. Right. So finding people is, I think, one of the difficult tasks when it comes to running a
Yes,
company. All
yes,
right.
yes.
All right. So, Pascal, let's change a little bit of gears with the interest of time. Thanks for sharing the history with funnel forms and how did you start with
Sure.
that?
Yes.
So, when you started funnel forms, it was kind of a free WordPress plugin, I imagine, or it was always a pro plugin. It is also.
It was
Do you have a free plugin right now, right?
we have a free plugin. Yes, it's a freemium model. At the first early stages, we only run a premium plugin. So
Mm-hmm.
the decision to make it free comes a little bit later. Then, yeah, we now have a free plugin with some not so big features. Yeah, the freemium model is a little bit scaled down, and yeah, now we have
Right. Right.
free and
And
pro.
then
Yes.
means a lot of people come to me also, and I bet they come to you as well. Ask that do I start with a freemium model? Do I go with a premium model, or just do a
Mm.
free plugin right now and then think about premium later on? What is the right approach for all the product developers out there?
It's a good question. Yeah, I guess there's nothing wrong about it to start um, pro only premium plugin, but you need to gain clients. So yeah, if you want to get paid, yeah, you need to gain clients. So at the free plugin, it will help you to achieve this goal faster. So if you have
Hmm.
a free plugin with a little bit limited features, you can deploy it at the WordPress plugin store, so you will get free downloads maybe. And that's a great way, and it was for us a great way to make also premium sales. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. And then when you started thinking about scaling the business of in terms of recurring revenue, I think when you're selling your plugin, you already have like a yearly or monthly recurring revenue. Can you explain a little bit
Yeah,
about
we
the
have
pricing?
we have monthly and yearly annual pricings.
I'm going to
So
also share your pricing page while we talk. So yeah, go ahead.
sure,
Sorry.
sure, yeah, yeah. I guess it's important to offer a free trial.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the users want to explore your plugin, and that's common in the software
Right.
area. So yeah, I guess it's very important to offer a free trial. We have 30 days of free trial,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, we decided to make. It's also common to make an yearly and monthly plans.
Mm-hmm.
And for the pricing, it's a little bit difficult to make WordPress products with feature-based pricing, so that
Mm-hmm.
for us it was an easier way. So every pricing plan you see has the
Mm-hmm.
same features and is only limited. It's like
The number of sites.
domain-based pricing. Yeah, it's
And
correct. It's
I
number
guess
of
this
sites.
is very common in the WordPress ecosystem, right?
This is
People.
common because it's very difficult to make a WordPress plugin on feature-based pricing. So you have so
Right.
many customers then, and it's very hard to handle. Yeah.
Right. So this is what you have in the Pro version is all the features, right? Essentially.
Yes.
So, all right. And then when did you decide to like think about providing hosting to your customers? Because when we met, I guess when if I remember correctly, you were already doing it in a more manual fashion, right? You wanted to go for like you were looking for a more
Yes.
automated way of doing it. So can you explain the reasoning or the thought process behind when you sell a plugin which people download and upload in their website, and then compare that to selling a hosting plan along with it? What was the reason why you started? Because not a lot of companies are doing that, right?
Yeah. So the first intention we met was because I run a live demo, so we wanted to optimize the demo system using InstaVP for that.
Right.
But for the hosting, we have not large, but we have many customers asking, well, you have a great product, it's very cool, but I use Contour or Joomla or Shopify or another CMS system. So the solution that we thought was, okay, great. You can integrate funnel forms on other websites or CMS systems, but you need to host it on a funnel forms page because it's a WordPress plugin on a WordPress system.
Right. So basic reasoning was that they don't have a WordPress website. Is that
yes? That's the basic reason. Yeah, that's the basic reason to break it down. Yeah.
All right. Good. So I think the nature of your plugin actually also determines that a little bit, because yours is more sales driven, sales related plugin, where even if people don't have a website, they have a use case, right? They want to get this use case. They don't want to get just the plugin. They want the entire thing. And that's where the hosting thing comes into the picture.
Yes.
So, Pascal, can you explain a little
manually? Yes.
Right. So that manual process is what I was actually coming into. Is that what was the manual process which you were using earlier?
The manual process was we have a little bit checkbox on the sales page that can check the customers that are saying, okay, I don't have a WordPress system.
Okay.
And
can
after
I
that,
open
we need
the
to
screen again, and then we can show that to people?
Sure, yes. But that was the manual process.
Right.
So that was before using InstaVP. So it was very hard. We need to check every sale if they using WordPress or not. So, and after that, it was very time consuming to set these pages in WordPress up, to install the plugin, to activate the license. So yeah, so that was the manual process. And then I was upcoming to the new system from InstaVP, the WAAS system,
The WAS
WordPress
system.
as a web service. Yeah, the WAS system, the WordPress as a service system. And yeah, we solved this problem with that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And so let's jump right into WAS. Basically, those who are unfamiliar with what WAS is, I guess a lot of people who have joined in today already know about WAS. Uh, the vision which we have with WAS, I think Pascal was one of the few first customers who actually
Yes,
helped
it
us
was. Yeah.
shape that product in a big
Yeah.
manner. So the idea behind a WAS is that the website deployment becomes automatic. If you have like a pre-templated website with plugins, themes, and whatnot, right, including content, you will be able to push that into a hosting platform and using some kind of semi or fully automated manner. I guess in Pascal's case, Pascal's what is in funnel forms? If somebody checks, you said previously they used to check a box. Do
Yeah.
you sell a website in every plan right now, or do you do that with specific plans?
We offer it for our customers. We have integrated the pricing in our main pricing, so the customer don't needs to
Where can I see that?
needs to check out. Yeah, I will share just one.
Okay, you can go ahead and share. I'm going to stop sharing.
Yes, we can. I will go through it. So here, I guess okay, I guess you see this sharing now, yeah?
Yeah, just a second. I'm going to put that on stage. Yep.
Okay, great, perfect. So, yes, what you see is the thank you page. So the customers will be redirected after the trial sale. And yeah, we offer here. So let's get started with the setup. We using funnel forms to ask the
that is
customer
funnel
question,
inception, right?
Yeah, it's Inception. Yeah, we use, of course, our own product. So we asked the
Yeah.
question: do you already have a WordPress website on which you can install funnel forms? And yes, I have. Everything is fine.
This is the post-purchase screen, right? When people
It's a
actually
post-purchase screen. Yes, the
Okay,
post-purchase.
got it.
Yeah, we call it thank you page. Yeah, thank you page after the trial. And if the customers decide, okay, no, I have not, yeah, and then okay, no problem. Click here to go to the automatic setup process, and your name and email address on the following page, and the WordPress system with funnel forms will be created for you at no extra cost. Yeah, you will remember we were using this free feature because we integrated the pricing already in our pricing, so the customers don't need to make two checkouts. So, and when I click there, I will be redirected on the WordPress as a service and can enter now my information. Can also, yeah, we integrated a domain here. Can also use a subdomain like a real SaaS, and can continue then. And yeah, after that, WordPress system with the actual template from the actual WordPress funnel forms version will be installed there.
Okay, that's great. So after continuing this process, they get like a website created for them, hosted by, I guess in your case, you're using Server Avatar as a control panel.
Yes.
Right, and then you control your own server. So in talking in terms of security and privacy, I think that is also covered, since the server. Which service are you using to host the server? Is that DigitalOcean?
Server Avatar.
No, for the end server, means where are you hosting the server itself?
I guess it's on a Hetzner system.
Oh, on a Hetzner system. I think that's an European data center, right?
In Europe, yeah, Europe.
So that takes care of your privacy and maybe some compliance laws on GDPR side. So I think thanks for sharing that. Maybe we can do a walkthrough of the plugin, maybe for 5 to few minutes, and then we can jump into a little bit of pricing discussion on what it costs to host a VAS for you, and do you provide this VAS as a free service to your plugin customers, or do you charge on top?
Yeah, that I will provide for free for our pro customers.
That's a value add, right? And when
Yeah,
they see this value add, that the number of purchases increase, right? In a certain percentage.
It has increased. Yeah, it has increased, and also we have it's not so time consuming to set these pages up. It was an efficiency win for us. Yeah.
If I may ask, Pascal, how much time did you spend setting these things manually before?
Oh, it was per page, I guess, 20 minutes, and now reducing on 20 seconds. Or yeah, it's a great way to. They're very happy with it.
Thank you. So yeah, so let's go ahead and maybe have a quick walkthrough of what funnel form is, what it is used for, maybe a basic use case. Yeah, that will be great.
Sure, we can. Let me check
and
for one.
In the meantime, I guess somebody from Facebook said that they didn't know about the plugin and they just applied to join the group. I guess you have a group as well on Facebook?
Yeah, we have a Facebook group. Yeah,
Awesome.
So everybody can.
I guess Facebook is now mostly used for groups, not for social anymore. Right?
Yeah.
It's a group platform.
I guess it's more a group platform. Yeah. Perfect. I will share my.
Yeah, I'm just going to add it to the stage. Yeah, go ahead.
Screen. Perfect. Okay, great. So, yeah, you can create with funnel forms some good looking multi-step forms. So you will see some example questions from different question types. So we have a single select question where you can integrate an icon where the user can click on. We have also multiple select questions. We have a date question. That are all question types that you can create in the WordPress backend. I will show the backend after it. Slider question for some budget or whatever you want to ask here, and a value in a range, in a predefined range. Also have an appointment booking system integrated where you can connect your calendar. Address field is also very often used. File upload question type and text field question, and a little bit more. So the main goal is to generate leads or interested people to work with in your company or with your company. In the back, you have something like a dashboard. Yeah, we have you see all leads generated in the system in the backend area, and we are very loving UX design, so it looks a little bit different than the most common WordPress plugins. Yeah, very clean UX. We have a dark mode integrated. You can see the details of the leads here, exported as a CSV file, and the main areas are three. So at the first step, you will create all your questions you have. We have a very clean question builder.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's there. I will create that was I'm showing before. I can use an icon here, use own images, use the answer texts, delete some elements. And the first thing I do, I will create all my question types, and I can make settings here and in the sidebar. And yeah, we have also HTML content, drop down for a little bit more answer possibilities. And the second thing you do, you create one or more contact forms. So contact form is that what you will see at the end of the form, where the customer or the user can put their personal data into it. You can also use a drag and drop editor to fulfill more files or HTML content recapture.
Nice.
You have here some settings. You have here some settings to.
So I can use this contact. Excuse me, Pascal. Sorry for interrupting you, but I can use this contact form as a separate form, or this is part of the lead generation form?
It's part. You can use it also as a separate form if you want to only use a single step form, but it's part of the multi-step form. Yeah.
Okay.
Here you can make some settings for a notification email, so make an automatic email reply, send it on your own email SMTP server. Yeah, run some JavaScript code for
and if you
tracking.
select WP Mail, then I can use a plugin like Post SMTP or any other SMTP plugin,
yes,
right?
yes.
Send it via, like, say, Mailgun or whatever, right?
Yes, right. And if you can also set it on your own email server. You can configure here things, and if you have to do these 2 steps, so created all questions you want and created 1 or more contact forms, then you can go into the form editor, and that looks very nice. So you have a clean area where you can have now your all created elements in the sidebar, and now you can drag and drop it into it. So it's German, it's a little bit confusing, I guess, but the goal is clear. And then you can only connect to realize the conditional logic. So using where the user creates web design,
I think this is what
goes there.
sets you apart, right?
Yeah,
this is something
that's the main.
I have
that's
not
the main
seen
thing,
this functionality in any of the other plugins. Yeah.
Yes, that was very unique. Yeah, so you can skip one question. So you can create. That's where the name comes from. You create the funnel here inside, the marketing funnel, to redirect the user from. You can also.
So can we also create like e-commerce funnels with that, if possible?
You can use e-commerce funnels for like a product configurator. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, you can also redirect the user on an exit page if that this answer makes no sense for you. You can use the contact form. Yeah, that's the last step of the form, and where the form needs to be sent. You can also use more than one contact form if you have more than one person in your company that will be answering this. You can also use a webhook. Yeah. Send the data on a webhook, and use also integrations. So we integrated some tools like HubSpot where you can send the data. You can then make a little bit design settings. It's loading. Manage your own fonts, make general settings for the colors, font family, custom colors, general settings, and all design stuff here. And then you can get to the preview, and you will see your created form. You can try it here. Yeah, you will see the logic inside it, and check it also on tablet, mobile. And then you will get a shortcode, and you can integrate it free on your website, or you can integrate it on your if it's not a WordPress page, you can integrate it via JavaScript and any other pages. Yeah.
No, that is, I guess that is something very unique. I have not seen that.
Also,
I think this is completely unique. I guess because a lot of times you just get a short code and that you can embed the form on your own website. But embedding it on another website, it makes it more or less like a CRM kind of tool, right? Where it becomes your CRM forms, and then you can embed that on any other website you control. And as an agency, it becomes like a brilliant form creator for your clients. Amazing.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Thank you. And so we have some other features. So like here, you can configure the appointment events. I talked about for the appointment booking system. Connect the calendar, and we're very fresh. Very new feature are calculation tools. So you can also make calculations inside funnel forms. You can create a formula, have some values that you can put into the answers, and then we'll be calculating it. Here's the appointment booking system. It's like a little bit of Calendly. Not so big features like Calendly, but it's integrated in WordPress. So
nice! I didn't know that. Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, you can connect here your calendar. You will be redirected, iCloud Gmail calendar, and then you can integrate the appointment booking system. Yeah, and then you have some stuff like import export. Yeah, some maintaining stuff, demo import. Yeah, but that's the main functions of Funnel Forms. Yeah.
Awesome. A lot of comments on the section. Ronald and Mario,
Brilliant.
thanks for
Okay,
sharing
yeah.
your
Very
feedback.
interesting.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks. And thanks for sharing that. I didn't know that about your plugin, Pascal. Even we have been connected for so much
Okay,
time.
yeah.
And I will definitely start using it in our company as well for lead gen. And especially, let's see if I can replace our Calendly subscription with yours. That will be interesting.
Yeah. Maybe you can check it. Yeah.
Yeah. So in terms of like, we are at the end of our discussion. So last point which I wanted to cover is like two things. First is what is the cost of using a VAS solution, and what is can we do? I would like to show people on the call is how they can configure a VAS quickly, so that they can also automate their growth. So I'm going to share my screen real quick so that we can talk about the pricing very quickly. A lot of people have this as a question. So hopefully you are able to see my screen.
Yes, I see it. Yeah.
All right. So I guess so. First and foremost, the InstaWP Pro plan is so right now what we have done is minimum you need a 24-month plan, $24 per month plan to start a VAS solution. So that is what you need, and then you can build any number of VASs. So there is no limit on that. Secondly, from a VAS pricing perspective, you pay $1 per month per site. This depends upon where you are hosting it. So our VAS not just only connects with our own hosting, it also connects with an external hosting provider such as Server Avatar or Run Cloud or Prestable or other. We are also working on GridPane and other control panels as we speak. So that is the VAS pricing. Every time a site is created via the VAS flow, we start charging $1 as long as the site is active. If that site becomes like deleted or deactivated due to some reason, then we don't charge you for that. Apart from that, I think the Server Avatar cost will be there, which is about, I think, $29 or $9 per month or something, right?
I guess $9. Yeah, $9, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so that is for you. And then on the Hessner side, can you disclose or can you just give me an idea of what is?
Hetzner is, I guess it's $50 per month, but it's a very big server. Yeah,
it's a big server, right? Maybe like 4 CPU or something.
Right? Yes, yeah. It's a big server. So yeah, I wanted to make the greatest performance for our customers. So yeah.
So I guess you can host up to like 50 sites there or something.
Yeah, 50 or 100 maybe. Yeah.
Okay, so let's say conservatively we do have 50 sites. So that is like $1 per site per month. So means I guess apart from this, there is no other extra cost. Depending upon if you are using your own plugin, in your case, you are offering Funnel Forms. But in case an agencies wants to do that, so there may be additional cost of the software, depending upon which plugin you are offering and how you are offering that. So that may be, while actually during planning of this webinar, I did not think about it. Pascal, what do you think about other agencies offering your plugin as a part of their VAS offering? Will you be open to such ideas?
Sure. Yeah, sure. Why not?
It depends upon the license, right? Means what kind of license?
Depends upon the license. Yeah. We have an agency license, like a reseller option. We have an agency license. Yeah.
Right. So depending upon which software you are using, so that cost I'm not including in the calculation. So if you do totals, then the first cost will be your fixed charges, which is the $24 per month for InstaWP, and then $9 per month for Server Avatar. So this cost doesn't increase with the number of sites. So I'm going to put that as a fixed cost.
Yes.
So this becomes like a $33 per month. And then your variable cost, which is per site, is about $2. 1 + 1, right? So and 1 plus 1 is equals to $2 per month per site. So, and then I guess this is your cost of goods in let's say, right, COGS, and then your selling price depends upon what you're selling. Generally, what I've seen is a lot of agencies are also doing it. They are not product developers by themselves,
Mhm.
but then they do something like a $39 to $99 pricing per month, which obviously you are achieving like more than 90% of profit margins, and
Mhm.
that's where
Yes.
you excel this at this. Talking about one more thing is payments, right? So payments wise, we offer either using InstaWP payments. I guess you are not using that because you are offering this service for free.
Yes, we
But
have a free plan. Yes.
right, if somebody was selling a VAS, they can use our payment solution if they wanted to, or they can integrate with our integrations such as WooCommerce, SureCart. We did EDD and WHMCS as well. So you can hook up your WooCommerce checkout, and then once the customer checks out, they get a link to set up their VAS automatically in their email.
Mhm.
So the end customer gets that. So these are all the solutions which are already there with us. In terms of setup, I would like to just show a little bit of setup points. We already did a major kind of uh, walkthrough of that already. So I'm just going to present a very basic piece of information. Just give me a moment. Where is that? So what do you feel so far about the pricing, Pascal? Did I cover all the things correctly?
I like it. Yeah, it's a great price. It's a great improvement for time efficiency. So you can only win with it.
So
So
we
it's
can
my
charge more, is what you're saying, right?
yeah. Yeah. You got me.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So as I said, we integrate with other solutions like Server Avatar, and we offer our own. We recently rebranded it. It's called InstaWP Live. So I'm just going to show you a brief demo of how to set up. So if you go under the InstaWP account, open this menu up. This is a new menu, and you find the VAS screen on the bottom, and then you will get, obviously in your account, if you are new to this, you will not get any of these verses. And once you click on add new, let's do that actually. Let's click add new, and let's add, let's say, ff demo was funnel forms, and then you choose templates which you have already previously built. I'm not going to cover how to build a template on InstaWP. It's very straightforward process. All you need to do is just create a website and save it as a template. So, and then you choose the number of templates you want in this class, and you can have multiple such templates. And clicking on next, there are a couple of options. First is, do you want to offer a demo site before they actually pay? Generally, this is switched off by default. You can keep it off. Do you want to take the payment or collect the payments in the beginning of or at the end of their checkout? So this is kind of a nuance. I'm going to skip it. I'm going to skip other options for now. And if you go to the next section, this is where the magic happens, where you create different plans and then connect it with your hosting account. So before this, clicking actually the add new button, I've already linked my server avatar and other accounts already. So you give a plan name, it is a free or paid. If you do paid, we will collect the payments for you. If you do pay free, then you are free to collect it via WooCommerce, or you can just offer it for free like you do. We recently also did a WP user role. I guess, Pascal, do you use this function, or do you offer the
Um,
administrative user to the users?
I guess it's a standard user role.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
And then in this list, all the providers which you have linked will come. So the InstaWP Live will show up this as a logo. And if you have connected your external providers, that will also come. In this case, Server Avatar is an external provider. Clicking on that will show up all the servers in my control panel. You can choose one or multiple servers, and then it will do a kind of a round robin between these servers. And then you can choose a subdomain. Right now, we offer this out of the box. However, you can buy the white label add-on, which is $20 a month, which is a fixed cost. It doesn't increase with the number of sites. And then that option will also come as you did with funnelforms.live, Pascal. So, and then you can add
The
multiple
subdomain is very
plans.
important. Yes.
Yep. And the reason why you would want to use our hosting service is that it's completely setup free. It doesn't use like a third party service. You don't have to manage the servers, and the cost is about $9 per site. So it is quite expensive in terms of what compared to what you get with like Server Avatar and your own server. So your own server is like $1 or $2 per site, but then you have to manage your own websites. In case of our in case of our solution, it is a completely managed WordPress solution. You don't have to scale up, scale down, or if something goes wrong with the server, manage the server and things like that. We do it for you. So that's the major difference. And clicking on next, you can brand the VAS in terms of colors and other activities. Clicking on next, this is the final confirmation screen, and I'm going to click on finish. So what will happen is if I open this up by clicking on this preview link, and you can send this preview link to anybody and they can buy a VAS. So as simple as that. And I can go through the checkout flow. I think this is what Pascal also showed some time ago.
Yes.
And you can choose a template in case of, in your case, Pascal, I think you have only one template, so it skips that screen entirely.
Yeah, we have only this one template, yeah. But we have two VAS for one for the German customers and one for the English speaking customers.
Right. So, and if I enter my domain name, let's say 15 Feb, continue. And why I'm not able to continue? Is this a demo failure? No, thankfully not. And then if I click on proceed, it will actually set up a site on Server Avatar using a template which I created on InstaWP. So it happens like a magic, what we have seen in the past, and it automatically transfers your site over to Server Avatar. And the great thing is that even if something goes wrong, or even if you disconnect us or you stop paying us, the sites still live on your Server Avatars system. Although you don't get all the tools which we offer. And then there is one more thing is when a site is set up via VAS, we install our Connect plugin. So that Connect plugin talks back to the mothership, and then you can manage your client website very quickly. And Pascal, I don't know if you know this, we are coming up with a solution for bulk management of websites. So you will be able to bulk update your client website with the latest version of funnel forms.
Great, yeah, great.
So that is what
that's good. That's a very good feature. Yeah, but you're already also doing very, very nice roadmaps and very nice features. Yeah, so it's great.
Thank you, Pascal. Appreciate it. So yeah, so before we end our discussion, what do you think if for an agency, maybe because you have owned an agency before, and now you are a product company, I assume this is your primary business. Do you also own the agency right now?
Yes, no, the agency is not anymore the business. Yeah,
but you have seen both sides of the things. So
I've seen both sides. Yeah,
right. My question to you would be, what are the different tips or do's and don'ts for people either in the service business or want to do a product like you did, and then how to scale it up? Should we scale it up as a VAS, or this is completely like just means this is good to have kind of feature, right? Is not a must have feature. So tips and tricks, do's and don'ts on these things.
For the scaling for a web agency or
yeah, it's agency. Yeah. So I think moving to a product business itself is a scaling move, right? Means you did that already, but most of our customers are agency focused. So can we like do do's and don'ts or tips and tricks for agencies primarily, if you can?
Yeah, I guess for an agency, it's important that you have an eye on your processes. So using something like a VAS is a great improvement to maintain these things like a process. So if you have an agency, you will get a new website client. You needs to run up a new system, a staging system, or WordPress system. So that can maintain the process. I guess that's very important to have an eye on this. For the software, for me, it's like I like this SaaS business because it's not so, you don't need many employees to run it as the same scale as an agency. Yeah. So that you need to have in mind, I guess. Yeah. So
Okay.
I
Yeah.
saw a
Thanks
question.
for sharing that. Yeah. Thanks for sharing that. That's fine. I think the majority of our customers are agency based. So I know Maestro is also on the call. He has asked a great question. I think we just discussed this. Okay, can agencies use Funnel Form as a software and then offer that as a template?
Yeah. So can people share template with Funnel Forms? So yeah, you can use it as a template because you can export it. So you can build a form with questions, and you can export it. So then you can sell it, or you can share it, these templates. Yeah. But we don't have an integrated marketplace yet, but we will think about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess the other way of thinking about it is offering this as a VAS with Funnel Forms built inside. So we already discussed that possibility is where they buy an agency license from you. And depending upon how many sites they sell, they might need licenses for each website. And maybe we can think about a way to provision those licenses for every new website, right?
Yeah,
that
we
is
have
something we
also a
need to.
partner program with 30% commission. But that's also a great idea. I will think about it. Yeah.
Awesome. And I guess so the last question which we had was the agency scaling model. A lot of agencies do not have the idea, do not have the resources to build a product. It's something which takes a different set of mindset. A lot of people do it, but it's a high risk engagement, right? You have to invest a lot of money into it. And that's where we are positioning VAS also. Even if you don't have a product idea, you can productize your own service. So let's say you are good at design at a certain type of website, you can build those design and sell it as a template with hosting inbuilt. What I have helped with so many people is give them a use case based solution. So yesterday I was having a call with somebody. They said that they are building a solution for lawyers, right? So the website itself has like a payment solution, booking solution, and everything inbuilt, and they sell that as a package to somebody without the need to set up, because now it is automated by VAS. So that is what we are going after. Ronald also. So does that sound like something which people can do to you?
I guess, yeah. I guess that you can do it, yeah.
Okay. Ronald says that outstanding demos on your website. So thanks, Ronald. This is a compliment for Funnel Forms.
Yes, thanks,
Awesome.
Ronald. Yeah.
Awesome. And thanks everybody for attending this. We are end of the call. And if you have any questions, feel free to post it. This is your time. Otherwise, we will say goodbyes and hope to meet again at some point where we evolve into the next phase of VAS, and be at a lookout for a lot of things which are coming in VAS, a better end user portal so that people can manage their website better, a bulk editor, as I said. We are also experimenting with template syncer. So you don't actually need to identify what has changed. We automatically identify it for you from the parent template of these websites. That will be interesting to see if that turns out to be an option. But in the meantime, go ahead and check out Funnel Forms. The website is funnelforms.io. You can do a live demo without paying anything. That is powered by InstaWP. So
sure. What else?
What else, right? So and go ahead and check out VAS. I did a detailed VAS walkthrough. It's called Perfect Way to Scale Your Agency. You can go to our YouTube channel and you will find that in the live section. And again, thanks for being on the call, and thanks for being on the call, Pascal. Appreciate your time.
Yes, thanks for the invite. Wish you a great day. All yeah.
Great day, everybody. Thanks for attending.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.